Ripple is already onboarding new on-demand liquidity partners that use XRP and the XRPL for reasons other than remittances. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who has spoken out on the ongoing crypto regulation debate, will also be interviewed. Consider whether or not that SEC will immediately contest Ripple's ruling. Bank of America believes that it is difficult to estimate the consequences of Ripple's verdict on the U.S. crypto industry. An intriguing example of Ripple's latest on-demand liquidity. Partners have been revealed in a disclosure by a well-known member of the XRP community. Radhoff common demonstration of how XRP is being used for a variety of purposes other than typical remittances since 2020. Notable partner, the Singapore-based agriculture firm Nutrisource, has made tremendous progress in sub-Saharan Africa with the use of cutting-edge farming Santa app and technology-driven agriculture. Solutions Nutrisource makes the Farm Santa app available to farmers in Uganda, Kenya, Cameroon, and Tanzania. Ripples and Nutrisource. In a recent interview, ODL discussed how they were able to collaborate to provide farmers with real-time access to critical financial inputs as well as transparent price discovery for their produce. Wilkins described an Ivorian farmer who was having difficulty obtaining price information at the port of Abidjan. Volkage stressed that farmers, particularly Ivorian farmers, would profit greatly from this functionality. Although other recent ODL partners, such as Oceanus Valency and Star Dreams, have comparable patterns while correctly highlighted the fact that this expanding pattern shows, Nutrisource stands out due to the way its operations and trade financing are coordinated. How XRP has the potential to become a dependable infrastructure that extends beyond traditional remittance and treasury functions. Ripple's basic declaration in November 2022, paving the path for the company known for its payment solutions customized to financial institutions, expanded its services to appeal to corporate clients like Nutrisource. The growth demonstrated Ripple's dedication to changing responses to consumer needs by encompassing trade and agriculture, e-commerce technology, and supply chain industries. They aim to address the shortcomings of the legacy Ripple's methodology is altering as a result of the financial system across different use cases. Although remittances were the initial focus, it is now encouraged to focus on customer interests. Ripple will investigate new development potential as a result of applications such as internal treasury management payroll disbursements and an increase in bulk transactions on the company's global payments network. According to publicly available data, between November and January, Ripple also unveiled a few new payment partners among ODL users. The narrative of how Ripple's ODL partners are using XRP for trade and business marks a new era for the cryptocurrency's utility. Its use cases have expanded, cementing its position as a critical component of the financial infrastructure. Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming recently stated that Congress must immediately adopt a comprehensive regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. The Ripple judgment, which aroused concerns about the lack of detailed legislation governing digital currencies, catalyzes the call. Lummis introduced the Lummis-Gillibrand bill with New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, touting it as the most comprehensive and impartial strategy for dealing with the digital currency area. The Lummis-Gillibrand bill builds on the previous version announced months before FTX died in 2022, with the dual goals of safeguarding consumers and stimulating industry innovation. In an interview, Lummis stated that we can put enough consumer rights and safeguards in place in this market to ensure that anything like the demise of FTX does not occur in the United States. We know how to control it. We are skilled at defining a commodity and security securely. The core tenet of the concept is the separation between securities and commodities. To increase openness and accountability, the bill mandates corporations to disclose information, provides the SEC with new responsibilities for consumer protection, and delegates enforcement authority to the relevant regulatory organizations. In addition, Bitcoin exchanges must register with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. The two senators expressed confidence in the SEC and CFTC's ability to manage their roles in the crypto industry under the new bill to ensure compliance and growth. Senator Lummis stated that there was widespread support. Because their method had been thoroughly reviewed, they were able to proceed. through talks with regulators and industry experts concerned about overregulation. Uncertainty has prompted crypto companies to seek out friendlier jurisdictions elsewhere. Revenue may be diverted away from the United States. According to NBC, JP Morgan had pressed Congress to build a comprehensive framework for regulating the cryptocurrency industry and explaining the roles of the SEC and CFTC, even though Loomis and Gillibrand's measure is gathering traction. It isn't the only option accessible. Congressman Patrick McHenry, the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, the Services Committee released a draft of cryptocurrency legislation. Furthermore, David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, recently shared his thoughts on the acrimonious debate around the SEC's likely course of action in the Ripple case. A well-known lawyer named James Madeline Murphy, an expert, predicted the following concerning the SEC's likely future steps. Matalaman first mentioned the possibility of an interlocutory appeal on Tuesday. Second, the top lawyer hinted that the regulatory body might proceed with the trial concerning Ripple executives Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson's alleged aiding and abetting. Third, Matalaman stated that the SEC may withdraw its lawsuit against Garlinghouse and Larson and file an instant appeal against the court. Matalaman emphasized that the SDC might choose not to pursue its action against Garlinghouse and Larson and instead appeal Judge Torres' ruling right now. The securities regulator, according to the legal expert, will not ask the judge, Torres, and the Second Circuit for their permission. According to the expert, Matalaman's latest assertion that the SEC might settle with a Ripple is highly doubtful. Ezra Studio anticipates XRP supporters. Ripple's entered the discourse after responding to Matalaman's findings. In a tweet on Wednesday, Schwartz argued that the Securities and Exchange Commission could not immediately appeal by dismissing its case against Ripple officials. According to Schwartz, the disagreement was not completely settled. Schwartz pointed out that since the court's decision, the parties have not disputed remedies, as seen by Judge Torres' opinion. Since Schwartz ruled out the SEC filing an early appeal, the SEC might look at any of the three possibilities suggested by Metal Arman. The judge in the Southern District of New York determined that Ripple's programmatic XRP sales on digital exchanges for more than $720 million are not securities. However, she discovered that B Securities received $728.9 million from Ripple's direct XRP sales to institutional clients, while the accusation of assisting and abetting was dropped. The amount of the fine Ripple would have to pay for violating securities law by selling XRP to institutional investors was also left undetermined by the judge. Trials on these issues, including a trial on the death penalty, will be held at the court's discretion. The court is expected to announce a date in due course. The main question of the day is whether it will be difficult to foresee how the Ripple judgment will affect the Bitcoin market in the United States. Please remember to press the notification button. Also, subscribe to our channel to be the first to learn about new XRP developments. Bank of America analysts weigh in on Judge Annalisa Torres' latest decision in the SEC lawsuit for rippling effects. According to a recent CoinDesk post on digital currency, the American banking behemoth stated that Judge Torres' decision did not address the regulatory uncertainty problem in the United States. Even though proponents of digital assets appreciate the court's judgment, a financial institution stated that it is difficult to foresee how the ruling will influence the industry. The bank stated that it was difficult to predict the effects of the decisions. In contrast to the majority of developed nations, Bank of America said this while highlighting the importance of regulatory clarity in promoting the wider adoption of cryptocurrencies. The United States has not established a comprehensive structure. Instead of vague administrative rules and norms controlling the embryonic business, the SEC has continued in portraying itself as the sector's rightful regulator and has used tough enforcement methods to do so. The Securities and Exchange Commission considers assets to be securities. The SEC has likewise ignored pleas for explicit guidance, claiming that current securities regulations are sufficient for this purpose. American Exchange and Coinbase have both filed lawsuits against the agency that the latter is defending. The company wants the SEC to respond to its rulemaking petition. Numerous analysts speculated that Tor's ruling would add regulatory clarity to the growing market bull, but do not feel that the verdict will have a significant impact on the global crypto market, recalling how Ripple won several battles with the SEC. Furthermore, Judge Torres determined that Ripple's problematic sales on digital exchanges do not constitute securities, declaring XRP untrustworthy. According to Bank of America, the judge concluded that Ripple's XRP sales to institutional investors were unlawful because the judge determined that Ripple's programmatic sale of XRP on digital asset exchanges did not constitute an unauthorized offer or sale of investment contracts. This is mostly due to an unauthorized initial offering and sale of investment contracts to institutional investors, which developed a market. The Bank of America lauded Ripple's. Meanwhile, the leading financial institution acknowledged the uniqueness of Ripple's XRP products. It is worth noting that the BOA report was released just a few weeks after the leading financial institution praised Ripple for its work in cross-border settlements. As previously reported, Bank of America emphasized Ripple's use of blockchain technology to make cross-border settlements easier. This brings the video to a close. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click the notification bell. And subscribe. You'll notice that sharing this video with as many people as possible helps the YouTube algorithm. As much as you can, you will help enlighten others in the same way that you have been enlightened. Let's get the word out about these men. Don't miss out on any of our content. If you are a real Bitcoin enthusiast, we will discuss the most recent news that affects our entire community when we meet tomorrow.